Judicial Watch, Tom Fitton was showing how there's people sitting inside the Capitol building in Washington D.C. Right, just like the January 6th protesters. Right, there's more of them. They're more defiant. They're sitting there, and he made the mistake of saying, "Should we consider this to be insurrection?" Because there's two things wrong with that. One, no, now you're doing what they do. Two, what about the fact that in some cases insurrection is admirable? Like you should pat yourself. Like a person can stage an insurrection and turn around and pat himself on the back for doing the right thing. What about that? And then you guys are also the ones to go back and forth with the liberal progressive media about what the Secret Service failed to do. Do you want to be considered culpable or guilty or partly in association with the attempt to kill the president? Because you keep acting like they fucking failed something. What? I'm gonna start curious because I know if you say that, they like to talk about it in terms of like, this was a failure of protocol or something, a failure. Who thinks that it's a failure? Like, in a sense, it's only a failure because they wanted him gone. Why do I have to act like this is a failure because they couldn't keep him safe? Fuck that shit. I don't have to act like that. That's not what they was doing. Why do you leave me alone? If I don't get it, I don't fucking get it. You don't have to go around worrying people about there's conspiracy theories out there, and these theories are a problem and everything like that. Like, man, you have a lot of resources and time to throttle perspective and people's message. Goddamn. There's always an arbitrary way and angle that they take and coming at this shit that I could feel why you're losing. I could know why it's doomed. It's in the language. Like these people who say until when COVID happened, after the COVID, like, damn well you're not supposed to say that because we always have COVID, or you don't know. I said people that are stupid. When have we ever not had COVID? I think it's because if something is proven to not be a valid stance, then it doesn't mean that the opposite of that stance is true. If something is proven to be a wrong position, it doesn't mean that an opposing position is right. And if a test is designed to weed out the potential patients who have COVID by eliminating the possibility that they have H1N1, it doesn't follow that all of those cases are COVID. And if everybody wants to act like there's no such thing as a common flu or a common cold, anytime you get sick, you pick up one of those H1N1 swine flu tests that nobody knows what it is, so they don't know what I'm talking about, conveniently. It's such a hit job that it's done to where I can't get a message out to anybody who's overexerting effort in a way that's being wasted or even used to exploit them and pull the wool over their eyes. I mean, that's a good enough intention, but I guess, that also makes me a threat to democracy because my view or stance is different than the one that's being offered. Okay. So with all their resources and time and energy, they have to get rid of those perspectives here as still is. And you can re-educate somebody who has more insights. You would just get educated enough to where you realize where or how they come to know what they know. Then you would say, oh, well, that I cannot budge. You can't budge that. You can put a gun to someone's head and tell them to denounce everything that they love. That's all you can do. Then, so to some degree, people is knowing what's going on, and at the same time, they're not hiding it from you anymore. What they're doing to the sheep, they're not hiding from you anymore. They're going to do it until they can't do it anymore. So it's going to be another scenario to where people say, I can't believe I voted for that person again and again. And then somehow they get loaded up with another one. And you're like, I can't believe I voted for them either. Like this time, but this is the most important election ever. Voting has never had anything but terrible effects because we're the swing vote, because the black community represents the swing vote. The blowback for swinging the vote has been cursing us forever. We might as well reconsider whether or not people need a voting license and whether only some small group of men can vote, and definitely no women, because we're not going to risk this happening again. And that whole outcry for this is all we have and everything is emotionalism designed to, I don't know, it's the emotionalist response that they have because it hasn't fucking, I mean, are you gonna let someone tell you how to process and formulate your approach to a problem or solving something that has no business in the first place? Like, and just because it's so wrong, like, because, okay, to the degree to which you don't know why you're misguided, I'm gonna listen. It would be my fault. Voting, they want the voting to be our fault so that it'll be our fault for the blowback. And if we don't vote, then we're allowing them to pass a law, Project 2025, and the police for blanket immunity for anything that they want to do. Okay, but think of the alternative for that is Kamala. I'm not going to make the arguments to people that already fucking understand what Kamala is. She's a top cop. She just sits on exculpatory evidence and keeps that innocent people could go home and keep them in jail, and pass hard on crime legislation for non-violent drug offenders to thousands and thousands of them go to prison. What the fuck? That's what you get as an alternative? But you don't see the other one's the worst way. The other one is the worstest one here. If you don't pick this one, you're not black. Like, your whole purpose of reasoning is flawed. If you don't agree with this, then you're that. Then, what's the other one? Appeal consensus. So, like, consensus is how you know. What most people think lets you know what was real. You can't vote. If you go by what the consensus narrative is, then you're not trusted. You can't be trusted. You be swayed. If I put enough pressure on you and tell you that you won't be loved or liked or anybody, then you won't have. You'll become a glorified salesman and poison everybody with fucking with the preference for jeopardy and in your life living in limbo. It should piss you off if you're a man with balls. And if it doesn't piss you off, it's because you want to be a